Hey guys, it's Team Luke 1665 Gaming here, back with another video. Today is a big one. We are predicting the 2023-24 NFL record predictions and standing predictions at my playoffs. So I hope everyone is having a wonderful weekend and happy Mother's Day. I am recording this on Mother's Day, so I hope everyone's enjoying that. And hopefully you guys had a wonderful Mother's Day, and let's get into it. To start off, we are starting with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's their current depth chart at this exact moment from Mother's Day. So you got Kenny Pickett, the second-year QB, had a rough rookie season. You got Najee Harris, Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, and veteran pickup Allen Robinson. You also got Pat Frymuth back there, and then your offensive line looks improved. Definitely better from the previous two seasons. You got the rookie Broderick Jones, and then I think you picked up Isaac Simulo in free agency, and you got James Daniels back, and it looks pretty better. But I think it still needs a little more work. You guys are close from having back to a normal offensive line. Defense is going to be great as usual. You got a great pass defensively, and then you got T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward, and Alex Highsmith. Great three pieces from the front seven, and you have your kicker, Chris Boswell. Now for the Steelers, I don't know how they're gonna do this season. I'm hearing people saying Kenny Pickett has a breakout season and takes them to the playoffs. Is that gonna happen? Maybe. Are they gonna have a winning record? Most likely. So honestly, I don't know what's gonna happen with this team, but I'm gonna give you guys my record predictions. To start off with, against the 49ers, this is a tough one. I rather lean on the 49ers, but what my knowledge, 49ers start off rough, but I don't think that's gonna happen in this one. I think the 49ers will take first game of the season from the Steelers, but the Steelers will beat the Browns in the second game. They'll lose to the Raiders and they'll lose to the Texans. So that's a 1-3 start. Then I have them beating the Ravens at home. Then they have them beating the Rams on the road. I have them beating Jacksonville. I have them beating Tennessee. That puts them at 5-3 now off a 4-game winning streak. I think they beat Green Bay, and then I think they lose to Cleveland. They beat Cincinnati on the road again. I think they beat Arizona. I think they lose to New England. Actually, they'll beat New England. I think they'll beat the Colts. They'll drop to Cincinnati. They'll drop Seattle, and they'll drop Baltimore. That puts them at 10-7. For the Steelers, I think Kenny Pickett does indeed break out a little bit. I think he has a solid season, but this team's obviously gonna get a winning record. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't have a winning record, and I wouldn't be surprised if they had a winning record. I would be surprised if they went below 500. This team's gonna break out. I think. I think it's gonna get off to a rocky start, and then they're gonna get their rhythm back. I think they'll bounce back, and I think they're gonna have a great season. I don't know if they're gonna be playoff bound yet because they still have to do a bunch of teams, but I think they can possibly have a great season. And yeah, I think this team finishes 10-7. Next up, we're gonna do is probably the worst team in the league this season, the Arizona Cardinals. For the Arizona Cardinals, this is a question mark because they do have Kyler Murray still in play. But here's the thing: Kyler Murray is gonna be out for like most of the season due to the torn ACL. We don't. I heard he's getting rehab. I don't know if he's gonna be back week one or whatsoever. But here's the thing: if Kyler Murray could play like half of the like late in the season and doesn't do well, he could be gone and just get signed to a different team. Because I don't think Kyler Murray's gonna do good off coming from his ACL surgery. I don't think he'll work out for him. He'll probably bounce back next season if on a new team, But here's what I'm trying to say. I don't think he'll do good off his ACL surgery from previous season. But you're gonna either have Colt McCoy, Clayton Tune, or David Blau be starting most of the season, and then Kyler Murray coming back likely after Thanksgiving. But I do not know yet what's gonna happen with Kyler Murray. Still too early to tell. Maybe in August I could do a version 2 and we can figure this out. But you got your offense pieces is still there with James Conner, D Hop, Marquise Brown, and Rondale Moore. I thought D Hop was gonna go by to a different team, but apparently he's not, which is weird. So then you got also Zach Ertz and Trey McBride, and then you got a great left side of the offensive line with DJ Humphries, Paris Johnson. But DJ Humphries isn't as great, but you did get a Paris Johnson. That's good. But other than that, I don't think this offensive line's any better. Defense, Zaven Collins, possible breakout season maybe. I don't know. You got BJ Ujulari, the rookie. You also have Isaiah Simmons. He needs to have a breakout season this season, or else he's not going to be back with the Cardinals. You also got Kaiser White, Rashad Fenton, Jalen Thompson, Buda Baker, and then you got Matt Prater as your kicker. I think this is the worst team in the league because you don't have your quarterback this season, and I don't know how this team's going to do. But I can tell you one thing. They're going to suck, and they're going to likely have below them 5 wins. But here we go. I think they lose to Washington. They lose to the Giants, lose to the Cowboys, lose to San Francisco, lose to Cincinnati, lose to the Rams, lose to Seattle, lose to Baltimore, lose to Cleveland, beat the Falcons, lose to the Texans, lose to the Rams, lose to San Fran, they lose to Chicago, they lose to Philly, and then probably beat Seattle because I would assume they would be resting their starters. So that puts them at 2-15. I don't think this team's going to be any good. I think it's going to be abysmal this season. Now, actually, and when Kyler Murray comes back, I think they can beat the Bears, and that's it. If he even plays that game. So I think they'll finish with 3-14. Not very good. Next thing we gotta deal, we're gonna do the Ravens. This team is gonna be really interesting to watch this season because they did indeed get Lamar back. That is absolutely huge for them. Huge, I mean. You got Lamar back, J.K. Dobbins, Rashad Bateman's on injury right now. Hopefully he can be back on time. You got LBJ from free agency, Zay Flowers, great draft pickup, Mark Andrews, and then your backup wide receivers is Devin Duvernay and Nelson Agholor. And then you got Ronnie Stanley, Tyler Linderbaum, Kevin Zeidler. Great offensive line, pretty solid overall. Defense-wise, you need a better front seven besides Roquan and Patrick Queen. You also got the rookie Trenton Simpson, which I didn't notice. And then you got to get Adolfo Owe or whatever. Have a breakout season, possibly soon. And then you got to have... I don't think Titus Bowser's on the... I don't know. You got Titus Bowser. I didn't notice him. He's a good player. And I think this defense is going to be good by its coaching. So, yeah, it'll be fine. And then you got Rocky Sin, Kyle Hamilton, Marcus Williams, Marlon Hunt, great pass defensively easily. And then you got Justin Tucker, obviously the best kicker in the league. And yeah, for Baltimore, this is going to be really interesting because this AFC North is indeed going to be a bloodbath this season. So I don't know how the Ravens are going to do really. I think they're going to just be the same as usual. I'm going to give them the record now. Here we go. I think they beat Houston. I think they actually do indeed beat Cincinnati at their home field. I think they beat the Colts, beat the Browns, so that gives them a 4-0 start, losing to Pittsburgh. They beat the Titans, lose to Detroit, beat Arizona, beat Seattle and Cleveland. I think they lose to Cincinnati. They lose to the Chargers, beat the Rams, lose to Jacksonville and San Francisco, and they beat the Dolphins. So that puts them at 10 or 11-6. Probably second in their division. I think they get a wild card spot, probably. I don't know yet, but we're gonna have to find out later because I still gotta do like 14 more teams in the AFC. Next up, we're gonna do is indeed the New Orleans Saints. This team's gonna be probably possibly the best in their division because this division sucks. You got Derek Carr in free agency. You got Alvin Kamara. Chris Olave, and also you got Jamal Williams in case if Alvin Kamara cannot play. Chris Olave, Michael Thomas, Rashid Shaheed, Traquan Smith, great wide receivers, and then Jawan Johnson, Foster Moreau, and Taysom Hill. For offensive line, it's okay. You got Trevor Penning is going into his second year, Cesar Reese, and then Ryan Ramczyk. Sorry if I didn't pronounce his last name correctly. Then you got Cam Jordan, Peyton Turner, Pete Warner, Demario Davis, Tyrann Mathieu, Marcus May, and Marshawn Lattimore. And then your kicker, Will Lutz. I think this defense could use linebacker pieces, maybe, because it needs some linebacker help. Besides Pete Warner and Demario Davis. You could also use a defensive tackle for sure. But you should start Brian Brees, the rookie, over Nathan Shepard. Also, I don't know how the Saints are going to do this season. I can't trust Dennis Allen, but here is my record prediction for the Saints. I think they're going to start off, they're going to win their first, 3 games of the season. I think they'll start off 3-1. Then winning back-to-back road games, starting 3-1 on the road. And then they lose to Jacksonville. They beat the Colts. So that gives them a 6-2 start, which is pretty good. I think they get upset by Chicago and lose to Minnesota, which puts them now at 6-4. Then I think they beat Atlanta. They lose to Detroit. They beat the Panthers. No, actually, I think I don't think that happens this season. And then they lose to the Giants. They beat the Rams. I think the Rams will beat them, actually. They'll beat Tampa Bay, and the Falcons will beat the Saints. That puts them at 9-8, and probably second or third in their division. Saints are going to do solid, but probably have a rough second half of the season. Starting off 6-2, and probably finishing the season 2-6. Yikes. But again, the Saints team's probably going to do better than probably 9-8. I hope not, though, because I can't stand the Saints. They suck, but I'm just giving them my prediction. I think they'll finish 9-8. Next up, we're going to do is the Tennessee Titans. This team is going to be really weird because this is probably Ryan Tannehill's final season as a Tennessee Titan. And then you either have Malik Willis and Will Levis. I don't think Malik's any good. I think you still got to give him a chance to probably a few more. This possibly could be his last season. And then you got to start Will Levis, the rookie. And you got Derrick Henry. He's your best piece of an offense. Again. And then Treylon Burks, Nick Westbrook, whatever. Kyle Phillips, Chris Moore. Yeah, this wide receiver core looks pretty bad. And besides your tight end, I don't think anyone else is good on this offense. Treylon Burks got to break out this season. He's got to break out, dude. If this offense is going to have a spark. Offensive line, Peter Skoronski is going to be a good piece for them. And Andre Dillard is indeed a good pickup. You also have... I don't know who else, dude. This offensive line's eh. And then you got Jeffrey Simmons. Harold Landry's back. Aziz Al-Shahir. Roger McCreary, Monty Hooker, and Kevin Byard. And then you got these other pieces. Hopefully they can help you. And yeah. And it looks like they have a new kicker also. This Titans team might suck this season. It's got to do some things to prove me this Titans team can still be irrelevant. But I don't think Mike Vrabel's coming back after this season. He does not get fired. I think he leaves. Or quits. I don't know. Joins a new team. Because this team's going to be a disaster. But for this season, I have the Titans starting off 0-4. Getting their first win in Indy. And they start off 1-5. Then they beat Atlanta. Then they lose to Pittsburgh. They beat Tampa Bay. Lose to Jacksonville. That puts them at 3-7. I think they lose to Carolina. They'll lose to Indy. They'll lose to Miami. They'll beat Houston. Nah, I think the Texans beat them. I think the Titans will win this game and the next, and I think they'll beat Seattle and Houston, and they lose to Jacksonville. That puts them at 5-12, and that's it for the Titans. They're starting over. They're getting down the drain they go. 5-12 seems perfect because I don't know how many games Ryan Tannehill's going to start before Will Levis or Malik Willis get their chances, but I don't know how this team's going to do, low-key. I really don't. But it could be pretty bad for this team. But, yeah, I think they finished 5-12. Probably either third or last in their division. Next team we're going to be doing is let's do the Seattle Seahawks. This Seahawks team is going to have a rough schedule, and they have the pieces. They do. But I'm concerned about their schedule. They have a rough one. And I don't know how this team is going to succeed. But they do have a great offense with Geno Smith back at it. Hopefully he could stay irrelevant, and hopefully he could stay at that play that he played last season. And you got Kenneth Walker, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and Jackson Smith-Njigba. Then you got Noah Fant, Will Dissly at the tight end position. Then you got Charles Cross and Damian Lewis. And then, honestly, this offensive line is not that good. You should have had an offensive line, though. But other than that, it seems pretty bad. Besides Charles Cross. And then you got Jordan Brooks, Bobby Wagner's back, Uche Nwosu, Devin Witherspoon, Jamal Adams, Quandre Diggs, and Tariq Woolen. This defense, like its linebackers and pass defense, is absolutely insane. But you need a front four help. But honestly, this team could be the same as last season. But they have a rough schedule, I'm telling you. They have a rough schedule. But they will start off 1-0 by beating the Rams. Then they'll drop one to the Lions. Then I think they lose to Carolina yet again. But they beat the Giants and they lose to Cincinnati. So that puts them at 2-3. Then you got 3-3. Then I think they beat the Browns. So then you're now at 4-4. Then you got a win against the Seahawks. That puts you at 5-4, and then a loss to the Rams. That's 5-5. And then I think you lose to San Fran, lose to Dallas, lose to San Fran again, and I think you guys are gonna beat the Eagles. Oh, dude, this has got question marks, honestly, bro. It really does. Nah, I think the Seahawks will beat the Niners on the road, actually. Okay, so that puts you guys at 8-9. You guys are not gonna. You guys have the capable to be good again. You do, but you guys have a rough schedule. I'm telling you, dude. Like, you gotta face some good opponents, and you gotta play a real test. If you guys go like back to the playoffs, that would impress me. Honestly, you guys do have a real shot to probably get the final 2 wildcard spots because this whole NFC is pretty not that good. But yeah, not bad. 8-9. Just I don't know how y'all gonna do this season. Next up is the Denver Broncos. So this is an interesting one here. The Denver Broncos. This is gonna be another interesting one for them. Broncos have Russell Wilson. Terrible season last season because of Nathaniel Hackett. Then you got Javonte Williams, Samaje Perine at the running back position. And then you got Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick, KJ Hamler. And yeah, you got more options there. Then you got Greg Dolch, Albert, whatever, and then Adam Trotman. And then you got Garrett Bowles, Ben Powers, Lloyd Cushenberry, and Mike McGlinchey. I think it's a way improved offensive line that gives Russell Wilson more time. Then for the defense, you got Zach Allen, and I don't know who the remaining guys are for the front four. And then for your linebackers, you got Randy Gregory, and then that's really it. And then you got, I think Drew Saunders is that rookie from Arkansas. Yeah, I think this kid can be somewhat solid. And then you got Pat Surtain, Justin Simmons, Kareem Jackson. This offense, the pass defense is going to be good. And then you got Brandon McManus. I don't know how this Broncos team is going to do this season, but I don't know. We got to figure this out now. I think the Broncos will not get swept by the Raiders. I think they start off 2-0, but lose to Miami, and they'll beat the Bears. They'll lose to the Jets. They'll lose to the Chiefs. They'll beat the Packers. Lose to the Chiefs again. Lose to Buffalo. Beat Minnesota. Beat Cleveland. Beat Houston. Beat the Chargers on the road. Lose to Detroit. You lose to the Chargers on week 14, and then you beat them in week 17. Beat the Patriots in week 16, and you lose to the Raiders. That puts you guys at 9-8. I don't know how y'all are really gonna do this season. You'll probably go over 10 wins if Russell Wilson doesn't have the same season they had last time. He needs to be back to Seahawks, Russell Wilson, or this team is down the drain. But Broncos finished 9-8, and now the next team we are going to do is the Philadelphia Eagles. This team was the NFC champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. This team had a great season, but they have the hardest schedule in the league. Jalen Hurts, DeAndre Swift, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, Dallas Goedert. Like, what else can you not ask for this offense? This offense is going to be full of power talent. And in the offensive line, you got Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey back, the two cornerstones of this offensive line. Landon Dickerson, Jordan Matala, and then you got Cam Jurgens. Jake Elliott's back, your kicker again. And then for your defense, Darius Slay, Terrell Edmonds, James Bradbury, Avonte Maddox. This team can transform itself. Hassan Reddick, Nakobe Dean, Josh Sweat, Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Brandon Graham. It's got a whole bunch of pieces for this team. Eagles are just going to be just fine. I think they certainly will. But what I'm concerned about this team is their defense, though. If they can't coach well, and if it's plays like last season, it's going to be a problem in the playoffs. But I think the Eagles got off to a really hot start yet again. I think they start off 5-0. They drop to the Jets. They beat the Dolphins. They beat the Commanders. They lose to the Cowboys. They lose to the Chiefs. They beat Buffalo, San Fran, and Dallas. And they beat the Giants. And then they drop one to New York. And then they finished 12-5. I think this team will go 12-5. I think they're gonna start 5-0. And then they drop one to the Jets. Then they drop one to Dallas at their home turf. And then they lose 3. They're gonna lose 2 straight to Dallas and KC. Then win 3 straight against 3 great teams. Against Buffalo, San Fran, and Dallas. And then I think they get upset by Seattle. They beat the Giants and Cardinals. And then they lose to the Giants because I think they would rest their starters that game. Eagles finished 12-5. Probably win the division. And they are going to the playoffs. Again. Next up is the Las Vegas Raiders. Oh, boy. I don't know how this team is going to do. It's probably going to be really abysmal this season to see this team. Getting rid of Derek Carr? Josh McDaniels, what have you done to this team? Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams are still there. Are still there for now. Jacoby Myers, Hunter Renfrow, Austin Hooper. You got the basically same offensive line as last season. Basically, you're gonna have the same offense as last season. Basically, but for the defense, yikes, big yikes. You just wasted Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs' prime. Just get your minds into that. Go help the defense. Yes, you do have Max Crosby, Chandler Jones, Tyree Wilson. That's great. But, dude, you gotta fix your defense, dude. Go get another pass defender. You have Nate Hobbs, Marcus Epps, Trevon Moehrig. You guys gotta get linebackers too, you know, man? Fix your team. You guys need to be playing better and win games. And have a better coaching. And also fire Josh McDaniels after this season. If your team is not good, fire him. He's not good. But for the Raiders, they're going to start off 0-2, then beating Pittsburgh. They're going to start off 2-3. I think they lose to Green Bay, actually. They beat New England, lose to the Bears and Lions. They lose to the Jets. I think they'll beat the Giants. Nah, you know what? I'm not going to lie. I think they'll beat the Bears. They'll lose to Miami. They'll lose to the Chiefs. They'll lose to the Vikings. They'll beat the Chargers and Colts and lose to the Chiefs. 7-10 again. Fix your team, Raiders. Fire Josh McDaniels. Go get a better head coach. And, man, Mark Davis, you got to get someone that's good for this team. Not just Josh McDaniels. You saw what he did in Denver? Huh? Did you see what he did in Denver? Back in 2009? Yeah, that's why you don't want him. Sorry, my nose is acting up. Let's do the Chicago Bears now, speaking of that. This team thinks it might be good. Or not. It still has some work to do. But you did improve on offense. And you got a wide receiver 1. That's great. Now, you gotta hope that Justin Fields succeeds. I think he will. You got him, Foreman, Moore. And then you got Mooney and Claypool and Kmet together. But I don't know how about this offensive line. You got Cody Whitehair and Nate Davis. I don't know how about Braxton Jones. And then I think Darnell Wright's that rookie from Tennessee. He's probably not gonna do good in his rookie season. Probably bounce back in his sophomore season. Then you got Cairo Santos again, Kyler Gordon, A. Jackson, Jaquan Brisker, Jalen Johnson. This pass defense is solid. You got Tremaine Edmonds, T.J. Edwards. This defense is slightly improved, but it still needs pieces, and it's not gonna do that well. You guys have pieces, that's great, but it's not going to be great. It's not going to be the best. You do got pieces, that's great, I know that. But I don't know how good this Bears team is going to be. But, let's get started here. I think the Bears start off 2-0 by beating Green Bay and Tampa Bay. But they dropped 2. I think they'll beat Washington. Nah, actually they don't. They beat Minnesota at their turf. Then they beat the Chargers, surprisingly. That puts them at 5-5. Or no, 5-4 right now. Then they were dropped to 5-5. This is a tough one. Nah, I think the Lions will win. And then that puts you guys at 5-7, and then that's your bye. Then I think you guys beat the Lions. No, I don't think you do. This is a tough one. No, I don't think you guys beat. So that puts you guys at 5-8. That's 5-9, 5-10, 6-10. And you guys finished 6-11. This team is going to be improved, I'll tell you that. But it's not going to be improved. You still need pieces. You're close. but it still needs pieces. Let me get that straight to you. Go pick up defense, and then once this season, I think you guys will be good. I think you guys will. Tampa Bay. Now let's do Buffalo. Buffalo Bills. Oh boy, now they're in a tough division. Josh Allen is there, and then you got James Cook, Damian Harris, Naheem Hines, and Latavius Murray. Like 4 running backs. 4 of them. Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, Khalil Shahir, Trent Sherfield also, and then Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid, and then Deion Dawkins, Mitch Morse, Osiris Torrance, and then Spencer Brown. And then you got Greg Rousseau, AJ Espinosa, Ed Oliver, Jordan Phillips, Von Miller's back, AJ Klein, Matt Milano, and then, yeah, your defense is obviously good. It is. And then you got Tyler Bass. I think this team's going to be as good as it usual ways, but can it get into the playoff hype? Can they go to the AFC Championship game? Can they make it to their Super Bowl? Because time's running out for this team. It's still got, like, maybe 3 more seasons. And it's done. Are they going to make it this season? We don't know. I don't. But I think the Bills are going to start off 0-1 by losing to the Jets, but that's fine. Totally. Nah, actually, I think they start off hot, actually. They start off 3-0, dropping 1 to Miami, beating Jacksonville, New York, and the Patriots. I think they dropped to I think they'll beat them. I think they can beat the Bengals. They dropped 1 to the Jets. They dropped 2 straight, so that puts them at 9-3 right now. And then I think they beat Kansas City, beat Dallas, lose to the Chargers, beat New England, and then they beat Miami. That puts them at 13-4, probably first in their division. Maybe not, I don't know, but I think this team is going to be back at its usual ways, but I don't know if this team is going to make over the playoff, or if it's going to make past the divisional round. That's it. This team's good, but can it make it through the divisional round for once? We don't know. Next up, we're going to do America's team. Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, I know, it wasn't funny. Dallas Cowboys, man, they cannot get over the divisional round. Hey, they finally won a playoff game. Great job. But it was against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it was an abysmal game. Alright, Dak Prescott, Tony Pollard, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup, great offensive weapons. You got Jake Ferguson, Peyton Henry. Yeah, you got a weird tight end. And you got Tyron Smith, Tyler Smith, Tyler Beadaz or whatever, Zach Martin, and then Terrence Steele. I think this offensive line's pretty great, except for maybe your center and the right tackle position as of right now, according to ESPN's depth chart. DeMarcus Lawrence, I don't know why you picked up Mazi Smith. I guess you needed him. Then you got Micah Parsons, Leighton Vander Esch, Stephon Gilmore, Javon Curse, and Trevon Diggs. I think this team could be good. And then you should have Malik Hooker on the free safety role. But yeah, and then Tristan Vizcaino is your place kicker as of right now. I think this Cowboys team is going to be good as it usually is. But here we go. I think it starts off 1-0. I think this team starts off hot at 4-0. Drops to the Chargers and 49ers, and then that puts them at 4-2. You beat the Rams, Eagles, lose to the Giants, beat the Panthers, beat the Commanders, Seahawks, drop 2. I think they'll lose them. Nah, I think they'll beat them. And then you lose to Detroit, and then you beat the Commanders. That puts you guys at 11-6. Probably a wild card again. Same team as last year, just 1 or 2 pieces different. I think it goes to the wild card round. Next thing we are going to do is the Miami Dolphins. This team got Jalen Ramsey. Tua's back, and then you got Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson, Devin Achane, and Myles Gaskin. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Braxton Berrios is there. Robbie Anderson is chosen Anderson. What? And Cedric Wilson, Durham Smythe, Tyler Croft, Teron Armstead, Connor Williams, Robert Hunt, solid. Christian Wilkins, Emmanuel Ogba, Jalen Phillips, Jerome Baker, Bradley Chubb, Xavier Howard, Javon Harlan, Jalen Ramsey. And this team, I think, is... Hold on, let me check something real quick. Oh, man, bro. Hold on. Miami... Oh, yeah. Hold on, I know this is taking me up slow. Oh, it's Vic Fangio. Oh, bro. This team's probably going to be really good. I think it'll beat the Chargers, actually, for once this time. Then beat New England. And off to 4-0 start. They lose to the Giants. And beats the Panthers. Okay, then it sweeps New England yet again. They lose to Kansas City. It loses to the Jets. It beats the Commanders. You beat the Jets. And this team finishes 10-7. I don't know if it's going to be playoff bound or not for this team yet, because I still have to do a bunch of records for this team. But, yeah, I don't know, man. Next up, the New England Patriots. Oh, boy. I think this team is solid, but, like, they have a rough schedule. Mac Jones, Ramondre Stevenson, James Robinson, Juju, Devontae Parker, Tyquan Thornton, Kendrick Bourne, Trent Brown, Cole Strange, David Andrews, Lawrence Guy, Matthew Judon, Jonathan Jones, Kyle Duggar, Christian Gonzalez, and Jabril Peppers, and Adrian Phillips. Okay, this is rough because I know the Patriots are probably going to be solid, but how solid, though, is the real question. They own the Jets, but are they going to really do it this season? I don't know. I don't know, man. I think they do beat them once. Then win 2 straight, then a bye, and then they beat the Giants. Then this team gets really hot, I guess. I should say. Nah, not really. 5-12. And then that could possibly be Belichick's last season. I probably guarantee this team's probably going to win games. Like, probably beating the Dolphins and the Saints. And probably it will beat the... What was I going to say? It'll probably be Pittsburgh. I don't know, but I'm just going by my prediction. But I don't know, dude. For the Patriots, it's a weird team. Commandos. I don't really need to explain, don't I? I'm not going to do it. You can check this offense here. It's pretty solid. And then you got the defense, which is supposed to be really good, but I guess it's overhyped. I don't know. But you can pause the video, check. I think the Commanders will beat the Falcons. Nah, I think it... Oh, man, it's tough. Oh. I think it'll split 4-10 for this team. Oh, boy. I think this team finishes 5-12. It's not going to be good, and then Ron Rivera's out of here. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, I know I'm going fast. I know. This team is going to be bad. Like, no hate, but it could be good, though. It could be with Baker Mayfield. It's going to be up to him, though. You got Rashad White, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Russell Gage, Cade Otton. He has the offensive weapons. But can he be good, though? Tristan Wirfs, Ryan Jensen, Cody Mooch, and then I don't know how this Luke Godecki. And then you got Kalijah Cansey, Vita Vea, and then Devin White, which he wants to trade, Levante David, Shaq Barrett, Jamel Dean, Anton Winfield, and then Carlton Davis. And he plays kickers Chase McLaughlin. I think this team's overall solid, but like based off its quarterback, I don't know if it's gonna be buying into the hype. I really don't. But yeah, we're gonna start off. I think the Buccaneers actually beat Minnesota in their first game of the season, but it's gonna. I think they beat Detroit in an upset. Beats Atlanta once. Beats the Texans. Loses to San Fran. Boy. And then who's it? 4-13 for Tampa Bay. Alright, next up we're gonna do is the Houston Texans. Houston Texans. I know I'm not talking as much, but dude. Tampa Bay and Washington is gonna be pretty sucky. Alright, CJ Stroud, Dameon Pierce, Robert Woods, Nico Collins, John Mechie, Noah Brown, Dalton Schultz, Larry Tunsil, Kenyon Green, Juice Shrugs, Shaq Mason, Titus Howard. I think this offensive line could be really good this season if they could produce well. Will Anderson, Sheldon Rankins, Jerry Hughes, Christian Kirksey, Denzel Perriman, Jimmy Ward, Jalen Petrie, Derek Stingley Jr. Honestly, this team could be really interesting to watch this season, but I don't know how to feel about it. I really don't. I think this team starts off 0-3, and then I think they get their first two back-to-back. Nah, I think they'll lose to Atlanta. And Carolina and Cincinnati. And Jacksonville. And the Jets. And they'll beat Cleveland and Indy. 5-12. I think this team's gonna suck because of its opponents they play. I get they have an easy schedule, but they're gonna lose half of these games. They're gonna be better next season, in 2024, I would say. Next team we got is the Indianapolis Colts. Probably another team that's finishing 5-12. I don't know. I really don't. We're gonna do the Colts. Why not? Gardner Minshew, Richardson. Don't know who's starting. Probably gonna be Minshew. Then you got Jonathan Taylor's back. Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, Jelani Woods. And then you got Quentin Nelson, Will Fries. Are you kidding? Braden Smith. And then you got Kwity Paye, DeForest Buckner, Shaq Leonard, Kenny Moore II, and then Isaiah Rodgers and Julian Blackman, and then your kicker is Matt Gay. I think he got that mega contract or whatever. But for the Colts, it's going to be weird this season because I don't know how they're going to do. They have probably one of the easiest schedules in the league, but are they going to be good? I don't know. It's going to be based off the quarterback. I think they go 2-2 to start the season, but they get swept by Jacksonville yet again. I think they beat Cleveland, lose to the Panthers, so it puts them at 1, 2, 3-7 to start the season. And then you win back-to-back games and drop 2. And then I think you lose to Atlanta, and then that's it. You guys are 5-12 again. All right. And then we're gonna do Jacksonville just to get history out of the way because this division sucks. That's probably gonna be worse than football this season. Jacksonville Jaguars. It's a no-brainer. They're winning the division yet again. They got Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley, Zay Jones, Evan Ingram, and then you got Tank Bigsby. Oh boy. And then you got Florino, Fat Toski, Roy Robertson Harris, Josh Allen, Devin Lloyd, Foyce Olukan, Trevon Walker, Tyson Campbell. This team is gonna be boom, bro. I think it's losing to Kansas City. I think it'll be Atlanta. I think it loses to San Fran. I think it beats Cincinnati. It'll beat Cleveland. And then it'll beat Carolina. This team's going to be a hot in the second half of the season. So I think this team finishes 13-4. Pretty good. Really good by this team. I think it's probably the best easily in the AFC South. It goes 6-0 in the division games. And I think this team's going to be really good this season. So, yeah. On to an NFC team. We are going to do the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay and Jordan Love. All right. I'm kidding. You got Jordan Love, Aaron Jones, Christian Watson, Romeo. Basically the same offense Aaron Rod had, but just slightly different. But yeah, Sammy Watkins and like Randall Cobb are gone. I'm kidding. Luke Musgrave, David Bakhtiari, Eldon Jenkins, Josh Myers, and I don't know who these guys are. Kenny Clark, Devontae Wyatt, Preston Smith, Devondre Campbell, Rashawn Gary, Jair Alexander, Darnell Savage, and Russell Douglas. And then Anders Carlson, I think the brother of Daniel Carlson's the kicker. And yeah, for the Packers, they're going to be okay, but like, you know, basically the same as last year. Alright, I think it does beat Minnesota once. I don't think it beats the Rams. I think this team finishes like, I'll beat the Giants. Nah, I'm kidding, it won't. Green Bay, Detroit. Nah, I'm kidding. And then Kansas City. 6-11, not bad, but like I don't think this team I expect anything this season. But like Jordan Love, it's gotta be all to Jordan Love this season. Alright, let's just get the Giants only have 3 games. I'm just gonna get them out of the way. They'll lose to San Fran. They'll lose to the I think they'll this is tough. I think they'll lose to the Jets. And they'll beat the Rams. Alright, they'll finish 8-9, but let me get to the Giants' depth chart. It's their schedule, that's why it's gonna be hard for them. You guys have a great offense, like way improved than last season. Daniel Jones, Saquon, Isaiah Hodgins, Darius Slayton, Paris Campbell, Darren Waller, especially that trade. That's insane, bro. Okay, offensive line, and then your defense is going to be better than last season, I would assume. But here's the thing, I don't think this team is going to do good based off its schedule. It's got a rough schedule, I'm sorry. But I think you do get some wins out of it. But, like, dude, this team is going to be rough in the schedule, bro. I'm not even kidding. Like, look at this schedule, dude. Like, Seattle, San Fran, Miami, Buffalo, the Jets, the Cowboys twice, the Eagles twice, the Packers. Nah, the Packers are not that great. And then, yeah, dude, it's going to be rough for this team. But probably 8-9 is the best record for this team. And the NFC East is done. Now we are going to be doing the New York Football Jets. Jets. Jets suck, though. No, I'm kidding. They're going to be good. I don't know. They're 8-9, maybe? 9-8? I don't know. But A-Rod, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Allen Lazard, McCole Hardman Jr., Tylen Conklin, C.J. Uzomah, Randall Cobb, Corey Davis. You know the guys. And then Michael Carter's also back. Zonovan Knight's the RB4 after what he did for them in like the late season. Huh. Dwayne Brown, Lincoln Tomlinson, Elijah Vera Tucker, Mekhi Becton. If those guys can stay healthy, I think this is going to be like a top 10 offensive line of possibly top 15. And then you got Quentin Jefferson, Quentin Williams, Carl Lawson, C.J. Mosley, Quincy Williams, Sauce Gardner, Chuck Clark, Jordan Whitehead, DJ Reed, and then you got some other defensive pieces there, like Jermaine Johnson, Solomon Thomas. Possibly a great defensive team for the Jets. It's Super Bowl or bust for them. Probably not, because they'll probably get a future QB maybe, but yeah. Alright, to the Jets now. I think they start off 0-3, but they'll get hot as the season goes in. But don't jinx the next Denver Broncos though. They'll start off 0-3 and then just went 13-1 in their final I don't know, whatever amount of games they gotta play. That team's gonna start off cold and then just go 13-4. It's gonna be insane. Alright, AFC East is done. Let's do the Charger. Wait, who has the least amount of games? I don't know. Let's do the Minnesota Vikings, because they still got a bunch of games apparently. I gotta sneeze probably. Excuse me. Alright. The Minnesota Vikings. Okay. Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, KJ Osborne. The trio is back, but sort of different. Whoa. TJ Hawkinson, Christian Darrisaw. Oh yeah, this is bad. Why my feet being tangled? Garrett Bradbury, Brian O'Neill, Christian Darrisaw, Harrison Phillips, Danielle Hunter, Marcus Davenport, Andrew Booth Jr., Harrison Smith, Byron Murphy Jr. I don't know how this team is gonna do based off its defense and all that. I think it's gonna be great offensively again, but this team is gonna be full of question marks. I think they win 2-2 start the season, drop 2 straight again. They beat San Fran, beat Atlanta, lose to Cincinnati, lose to Detroit, and then you beat them at the end. 9-8 is your final record. I really don't know how to feel about this for the Vikings, honestly, because it's gonna be probably a good season for them. It's just they're gonna have a rough schedule, and it's gonna be full of question marks. Lions, Jared Goff, Hendon Hooker, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Amara, St. Brown, Jameson Williams, he's suspended. Marvin Jones, Sam Laporta's there, the drafted tight end. And then you got all of this offensive line and then defense, which is probably going to break out. It's Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is probably going to be a safety. But yeah, this team is going to be really scary to watch this season. Even though it's going to start off 0-1, it's just going to get hot. I think this team finishes at 12-5 and wins the division. Breakout season for Detroit. Easily, no doubt about it. Okay, and we are going to do my team, the Carolina Panthers. Most of these games have already been predicted. But based off for the Falcons, I think they take one and they lose the other. I think they finish 5-12. Yeah. Falcons, they're going to disappoint me. They disappoint. Yeah, they have a great defense with Calais Campbell, Grady Jarrett. I think this team just disappoints me, though. Yeah, Jesse Bates, too. And then this offense is just going to disappoint me by its quarterback play. Yeah, you're going to have a good season, possibly. It could be like a 9-win team or 8-win team, but it's just going to disappoint me. And boot out Arthur Smith. You got to. And then for the Panthers, I think it's just wins the division at 10-7. Yeah, I think we go 10-7 and win the division. Yeah, I know I'm probably going to be a little biased, but I do not care, dude. I think we still have 3-0. I think we do. Then we just dropped 3 of them. And then I think we beat Houston at Indy. I think we're going to suck against winning teams, bro. I'm not even going to lie. Nah, I'm kidding. I think we'll probably, like, lose the Seahawks. I don't know. I think I got to do the Rams still. But, yeah, you can check the Panthers roster right here. Yeah, a few seconds. Yeah, I think overall, I think this team's going to be pretty solid. But it might just get started on Bryce Young and how he plays in his rookie season. Nah, I got to do the Rams. Oops. Aren't 3 NFC East teams? Hold on. Yeah, it's just the Rams. I think it's. Oh, yeah, it's the 49ers too. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think it's gonna lose to San Fran, lose to Cincy. Then I think it beats the Browns. And it loses to San Fran at 6-11 for the Rams. I think it just doesn't do good, and then I think everyone's gone. One last season with the Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford era? I don't know. And then you got Aaron Donald's there, and then basically that's it for the defense. It's just Aaron Donald. Yikes. And then you got Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford, and Tyler Higbee, and that's basically it. It's basically a rebuilding year. Yep, and that's it. Rams finished 6-11. And then we just have Cleveland and Cincinnati left, and the Chargers apparently. Let's do the Chargers. I think it's beats. Oh no, we still have the Chiefs. I forgot. Man, I forgot half of these teams. Check out the offense here. You know the deal. I'm not gonna talk anymore. I'm just gonna get the records out of the way. Alright, 2-4, 9-8. And I think, yeah, I'm only missing Cincinnati. And 11-5. Wait, bro, I forgot the Niners too. 11-6. Wait. No, okay, Bengals win the division 12-5. And then Niners. Oh yeah. There we go. And that is it. You can check the remaining rosters out there. I'm sorry, yeah. I know. Alright, and that's it. Nah, no, I didn't do the final remaining teams. Yeah, I know, dude. I just got a jam and all that. But yeah, we made it. So for your playoff standings, you got the Bills as the 1 seed, Chiefs 2, Jaguars 3, Bengals 4. And then the wildcard teams are the Jets, Ravens, and Dolphins. Steelers just missing out. Chargers missed out. Broncos missed out. And then the rest of them are just the bottom of the barrel. And then for the NFC side, you got the Niners, Niners 1 seed, Lions 2 seed, Eagles 3 seed, Panthers 4 seed, Cowboys 5. And then the wildcard teams are the Cowboys, Vikings, and Saints. Seahawks just missed out. Giants just missed out. And then you got the rest of the barrel there. Alright. Jets, Bengals. Ooh, dang. I don't think we get this matchup at all this season. We get none of these matchups besides the Jets and Bengals. I'm going to do that one last. Okay, to start things off is the Saints, Lions. Lions easily knock out the Saints. Dolphins, Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to knock the Dolphins out, unfortunately. Ravens, Jaguars. This could be an upset alert, but I think the Jaguars are going to end the Ravens' playoff hopes this season. Vikings, Eagles. I think the Eagles will beat the Vikings, and then Cowboys, Panthers. I think the Cowboys will beat the Panthers this season, and then end the Panthers season. And then this is a big one. I think the Jets will upset the Bengals, and the Jets will go to the divisional round. You heard it. I think the Jets will upset the Bengals at home. And then you got Jets Bills again for the third time. Uh-oh. Alright. Eagles Lions. I think the Lions and the Eagles helps this season. And the Lions jump all the way to the AFC Championship game. Cowboys 49ers, we get a rematch of this one. 49ers win it. And then Jaguars Chiefs. Oh boy. I think the Chiefs will not go back-to-back this season. I don't think the Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl. I don't think they will. But I think the Jaguars will upset the Chiefs in the divisional round this time. And the Jets and Bills. Ooh. I think the Jets are going to upset Buffalo. I think the Jets will upset Buffalo and shock the world. Jets, Jaguars, Lions, 49ers. Oh boy. Oh no. Okay, so you get two matchups that have not been played against each other during the regular season. Who will go to the Super Bowl? I think the 49ers, we're going to start off with the NFC. I think the 49ers will make it to the Super Bowl. A great season by Detroit. An absolutely great season by Detroit. But it fell short. And the Jets and Jaguars. Who will go to the Super Bowl on the AFC side? I think this is a really tough one, but I think the New York Jets are indeed going to the Super Bowl from a wildcard team to all the way to the Super Bowl. Yep, you heard me. And now the Super Bowl, the Jets 49ers. Okay, this is a really tough one. Your 2023-24 Super Bowl champion is who's it gonna be? Who will it be? Who is your Super Bowl champion? The 13-4 San Francisco 49ers or the 13-4 New York Jets? This is a really tough one. But on my decision, I think the New York Jets will indeed win Super Bowl 58 in Louisiana, and they win the Super Bowl to stun the 49ers. They do get their Super Bowl. The Jets will win the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, and he'll get ring number 2, and the Jets will end their Super Bowl ring drought. And the Jets do get the ring with Aaron Rodgers at the very end. The Jets get 3 upset wins against Cincinnati, Buffalo, and the Jaguars, and San Francisco. Jets with a great run. Here's your draft order likely for 2023 or 24 based off this. Half of these picks are probably going to be changed by different teams due to trades from the previous years and all that. And yeah, that is it. I can't wait to see you guys later in the season. Thank you guys for watching. If you are brand new to my channel, please like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in week 1 of the NFL season. Also, stay tuned for live streams. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace out.